On this episode, we'll talk about eating and drinking at the same time. We'll also talk about the lowest BMI to have a gastric sleeve, and we'll talk about consuming broth right after surgery without feeling full. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 73 of the Ask Dr. A show. I'm Dr. Alvarez from Endobariatric.com, and great questions for this week. I'm excited, and now that the holidays are coming along and they're very close by, just a quick reminder, you need to keep focused and always be watching what you're eating. Otherwise, if you let go, bad things happen, all right? Let's get into the show.
I keep forgetting not to eat and drink at the same time. What would you recommend?
All right, so the eating and drinking at the same time. What can I do? What can I do to remind myself not to eat and drink right after surgery? If you eat and drink after surgery and you tolerate it, well, good for you. Nothing happens. It's not like you're putting yourself at risk if you do it. So put your mind at ease, nothing happens. If you tolerate it, good. But if you don't tolerate it, you'll feel a very uncomfortable sensation where that liquid is trying to come down and that food is trying to change position inside your sleeve. Feels fairly weird and uncomfortable in some patients. That's the only reason we tell you don't eat and drink right after surgery, like when you're allowed to start eating. So what can you do? Well, practically nothing. You need to concentrate on that. But let's say if you do forget and you do try it out and you feel this uncomfortable sensation, believe me, you will not forget next time, all right? So nothing particular. Just remind yourself that you're not putting yourself in risk, and it's ideal to spread out the eating and drinking while you're sitting down to eat your lunch. Try to stop drinking fluids, let's say 30-45 minutes before sitting down to eat, and restart your fluids 30 to 45 minutes after you finish eating. Pretty much it.
What is the lowest BMI to be eligible for sleeve?
All right, so the lowest BMI by criteria is normally 35. But we've done all the way down to 30, and those with BMIs under 35, we handpick. We make sure they have some other medical conditions that will benefit by having a weight loss surgery. So under 35, you need to be very cautious, and I personally screen those patients and decide who gets to come for surgery, who doesn't. So, lowest by criteria is 35.
I had my VSG 3 days ago, and I feel like no restriction eating broth. Is that normal?
All right, so I just had surgery. I'm on phase 1 doing clear liquids, and I try to do the broth. But I don't feel the restriction. Is it okay? Is the sleeve done correctly? It's normal. So keep in mind that the tube has an entrance where you eat, and it also has an exit where it goes to your intestine. So it does not have a door on the bottom or a barrier to stop the fluid. That's why we tell you drink clear liquids, teas, juices, broth, Gatorade, propel water, so on and so forth. And that will go down through the tube, down through the sleeve without putting much restriction on it. That's what we want. So these fluids are designed in that phase to not have restriction. So if you don't have restriction, believe me, you're good. You are perfect. It's normal, it's expected. Don't expect to feel that restriction right away, because you will feel it once you finish your healing phases and you're able to eat again. Then is when you will start feeling the restriction and the capacity difference than before surgery. So take home message, it's totally normal. So that's it for episode 73 of the Ask Dr. A show. Don't forget to subscribe to the show, to subscribe to the channel. The other thing is, if you want your questions answered here on the show, all you have to do is submit your questions using the hashtag AskDrA on social media. And the other way is through my Snapchat account. Question of the week is, what are you having for Thanksgiving? Are you looking forward? I bet you are. Comment section below. I want to hear from you. Also, before you leave, I want to tell you that from my family, which is Endobariatric, my staff, to your family, we wish you the best for this holiday season. Take care. God bless.